In a land where ancient forests whispered secrets to the wind, there existed an enchanted forest, lush with verdant life. The guardian of this forest was a striking creature named Elowen. She was a graceful being, part fairy, part nature spirit, with skin the color of emerald leaves and hair that flowed like cascading vines. Her eyes, the deep green of old forests, sparkled with wisdom and mystery. Elowen was both revered and feared by all who ventured near the forest. Legends spoke of her power to command the elements and communicate with the creatures of the woods. It was said that her presence could make flowers bloom with a mere thought, and her anger could summon storms to punish those who wronged the forest. Knights from distant kingdoms often came to the forest's edge, their hearts filled with both awe and trepidation. They whispered tales of Elowen's beauty and strength, crafting songs and poems about her that were passed down through generations. Some knights sought her favor, believing that her blessing would lead them to glory. Others sought to prove their courage by challenging her, but none succeeded. One day, a knight named Sir Cedric ventured into the forest, driven by tales of Elowen's enchanting beauty and her rumored treasure hidden within the woods. Armed with his sword and shield, he pressed deeper into the forest, the sounds of the woodland creatures guiding his way. As he approached a clearing bathed in golden sunlight, he saw Elowen standing amid a circle of ancient oaks. Her presence was captivating, her grace almost otherworldly. Cedric felt a mix of fear and admiration, his sword feeling heavier than ever as he approached her. Elowen turned her gaze upon him, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of centuries. "Why do you intrude upon my realm, knight?" she asked, her voice a melodious blend of rustling leaves and flowing water. Cedric, though nervous, spoke with respect. "I have come seeking your blessing, Lady Elowen. I have heard tales of your beauty and power, and I wish to earn your favor." Elowen regarded him thoughtfully. "Many have come before you, seeking what they believe they need. But true courage lies not in conquering or taking, but in understanding and respecting." She extended a hand, and a single leaf fell from a tree, floating gently to the ground. "Take this leaf," she said, "and when you return to your world, let it remind you of the beauty and balance of nature. Protect it as you would protect your own honor." Cedric accepted the leaf, feeling its warmth and life pulsating through it. He bowed deeply, grateful for the lesson he had learned. As he left the forest, he realized that true valor lay in respecting the enchantment and beauty of the world around him, rather than seeking to conquer it. From that day on, Sir Cedric became a protector of the natural world, sharing the wisdom of Elowen with those he met. And though many continued to whisper of the beautiful green guardian of the enchanted forest, none dared to seek her favor again, content to leave her realm untouched and revered. As Sir Cedric departed from the enchanted forest, the stories of his encounter with Elowen spread far and wide. His tale was one of transformation, not of conquest, and it inspired many to view the mystical forest not as a prize to be claimed, but as a realm to be cherished and protected. Years passed, and the once feared forest became a sanctuary for those who sought peace and wisdom. Travelers and scholars, hearing of Cedric's encounter, journeyed to the forest's edge, not with swords, but with reverence. They came to study its flora, to understand its lore, and to learn from its guardian's teachings. The forest thrived as a haven for both magical and mundane creatures, and Elowen's presence was felt even when she was unseen. One particularly harsh winter, a great blight struck the land, threatening the forest with decay. The trees withered, and the once vibrant greenery turned a sickly gray. The people who had come to love the forest were heartbroken, and they reached out to Cedric for help. He could not face the forest's plight alone. Cedric sought out wise sages and nature spirits from across the land. Together, they ventured into the heart of the forest, their path lit by the soft glow of enchanted lanterns. They found Elowen amidst the dying trees, her usual radiant presence dimmed by the blight. Her eyes, however, still held a glimmer of hope. Elowen spoke softly. "The forest's troubles are a reflection of the imbalance in the world. To heal it, one must heal the land and the hearts of those who dwell upon it." Cedric and the others worked tirelessly, planting new trees, cleansing the soil with rituals, and spreading seeds imbued with magic. They mended the wounded land with care, guided by Elowen's gentle wisdom. Slowly but surely, the forest began to recover, the green returning to its leaves and the vitality restored to its creatures. Through this trial, Elowen taught the people that the bond between nature and humanity was a delicate one, requiring mutual respect and responsibility. Cedric, now older and wiser, became a revered ambassador for the forest, sharing its lessons with kingdoms and leaders. As the years turned to decades, Elowen remained a symbol of grace and the enduring connection between the natural world and those who respected it. The enchanted forest flourished as a living testament to the harmony that could be achieved when people approached the mystical with reverence and understanding. The legend of Elowen continued to inspire generations, reminding them that true enchantment lay not in conquest or possession, but in the beauty of coexistence and the protection of the delicate balance of nature. As the forest rejuvenated, its reputation grew even more mystical, attracting scholars, artists, and seekers from distant lands. The enchanted forest became a symbol of harmony and a living classroom where people learned to live in balance with nature. One summer, a brilliant young mage named Lyra came to the forest, drawn by the stories of Elowen's wisdom. Lyra was a gifted student of magic, eager to deepen her understanding of natural enchantments. She was welcomed by Cedric, who was now an elder and a revered figure in his own right. Cedric saw in her a spark of curiosity and respect for the forest's mysteries and decided to introduce her to Elowen. Elowen appeared to Lyra in a shimmering glade surrounded by ancient, towering trees. Lyra was awestruck by the Guardian's presence and approached with both reverence and excitement. Elowen greeted her with a warm smile, her eyes reflecting the dappled sunlight that filtered through the leaves. "Welcome, Lyra," Elowen said, her voice a soothing melody. "I have heard of your quest for knowledge and your respect for the natural world." Lyra bowed deeply, her heart racing. "It is an Lady Elowen. I wish to learn how to harness the power of nature in harmony with its rhythms." Elowen's eyes sparkled with approval. To wield magic in harmony with nature requires more than skill. It requires understanding and empathy. "Let me show you." For months, Elowen guided Lyra through the forest's secrets. They walked through enchantment where ancient trees whispered their tales, and they ventured to crystal-clear springs where the water seemed to sing. Elowen taught Lyra how to commune with the spirits of the forest, to listen to their needs, and to channel their power without disrupting the natural balance. One evening, as twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and gold, Elowen and Lyra reached where the veil between worlds was thin. Here, Elowen revealed the true nature of her magic, a symbiotic relationship with the forest that allowed her to draw strength from it while giving back protection and nurturing. "Magic is not a force to be controlled," Elowen explained. "It is a dance, a partnership around you. When you understand this, you become a true steward of the magic you wield." Lyra took these lessons to heart. Under Elowen's guidance, she developed a deep respect for the balance of nature and learned to weave her spells in ways that healed rather than harmed. She became a bridge between the mystical and the mundane, advocating for the protection of natural lands and the responsible use of magic. Years later, as Elowen's presence continued to be felt throughout the forest, Lyra became a renowned mage and guardian of natural magic. She traveled far and wide, teaching others about the harmonious relationship between magic and nature that Elowen had imparted to her. The enchanted forest remained a beacon of wisdom and beauty, its guardian continuing to inspire all who sought to live in harmony with the world. When Lyra and the enchanted forest spread across the lands, becoming legends of their own. They spoke of the power of respect and understanding, of the beauty of coexistence, and of a guardian whose grace and wisdom helped shape a world where magic and nature flourished together. As the years passed, the enchanted forest continued to thrive under the stewardship of Lyra and the gentle guidance of Elowen. The forest became a renowned center for learning, attracting scholars and adventurers from every corner of the world. Its beauty and magic inspired countless tales, but the heart of its enchantment remained in the harmony between its guardian and those who revered it. One spring, a great festival was held in the forest to celebrate its continued prosperity. The festival was a vibrant display of cultures and traditions, with people from distant lands coming to share their arts, crafts, and music. Elowen, though rarely seen, was at the center of the celebrations. Her presence felt through the flourishing of the forest and the joyful spirit of the people. During the festival, a young girl named Mira arrived at the forest's edge, her eyes wide with wonder. Mira was from a small village that had fallen into hardship due to a prolonged drought. Her village had heard of the forest's miraculous healing powers and hoped that perhaps Elowen could help them. With a heavy heart, Mira ventured into the forest, guided by the tales of its enchantment and her own hope for her people. Lyra, now a seasoned mage and beloved protector of the forest, encountered Mira on her way to the heart of the woods. Seeing the determination and earnestness in the girl's eyes, Lyra decided to help her. Together, they journeyed to the sacred glen where Elowen's magic was strongest. When they reached the glen, Lyra called out to Elowen, and the guardian emerged from the shadows, her beauty still as mesmerizing as ever. Mira, though nervous, spoke with courage. "Lady Elowen, I come seeking help for my village," Mira said. "We face a drought that has left our fields barren and our people in despair. I've heard of your power and hope you can aid us." Elowen listened intently, her gaze compassionate and understanding. "The land you come from is connected to our forest through the threads of life that bind all nature. To heal your village, we must heal the bond between your land and the natural world." Elowen instructed Lyra and Mira to gather herbs and plants from the forest, which held the essence of renewal and growth. Together, they performed a ritual that involved planting the gathered flora around a sacred spring deep within the forest. Elowen's magic intertwined with theirs, sending ripples of revitalizing energy through the earth. As they worked, Elowen shared stories of the forest's ancient cycles and the balance required to sustain life. Mira absorbed these teachings with great humility, realizing that the drought was not just a test of endurance, but a sign of imbalance that needed to be addressed. With the ritual complete, Elowen bestowed a blessing upon Mira and her village. "Return to your home and tend to the land with the knowledge and respect you have gained. Remember that true healing comes from understanding and nurturing the bonds you share with nature." Mira returned to her village with renewed hope and purpose. She and her people began to implement the teachings they had learned, practicing sustainable agriculture and respecting the natural cycles of their environment. Slowly but surely, the land began to recover. The drought receded, and the fields became fertile once more. The village thrived, and Mira's leadership became a beacon of wisdom and resilience. News of the village's recovery spread, and the tale of Mira and Elowen became a symbol of the power of understanding and harmony. The Enchanted Forest continued to be a place of magic and learning, with Lyra and Elowen guiding and inspiring those who sought to live in balance with the world. Elowen's legacy endured, not just in the beauty of the forest, but in the lives she touched and the wisdom she imparted. Her story became a cherished part of the world's lore, reminding everyone of the delicate dance between nature and magic and the enduring power of a guardian's grace. If you enjoyed the story, you can help support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. Don't forget to leave a comment below, which helps with the YouTube algorithms. I can't wait to share the next story with all my friends.